The Ides of March. 44 BC. Julius Caesar, the most powerful man in Rome, lies dead on the floor of the Senate. The conspirators, calling themselves the Liberators, believed they had saved the Republic. They were tragically mistaken. They had just lit the fuse on a powder keg that would blow the Roman world apart. In the streets, chaos erupted. The senators who stabbed Caesar had no plan, no army, and no real support. They expected cheers, but were met with stunned silence, which quickly turned to fury. The people of Rome had loved Caesar. His right-hand man, Mark Antony, seized the moment. At Caesar's public funeral, he delivered a masterful speech, holding up Caesar's bloody toga and reading his will. Caesar had left his gardens and a sum of money to every Roman citizen. The crowd, overcome with grief and rage, turned into a mob, hunting down the assassins and setting the city ablaze. But Antony wasn't the only one with his eyes on the prize. A new player entered the game, a name few had heard before: Gaius Octavius, Caesar's teenage grandnephew and adopted son. In his will, Caesar had named this boy Octavian, his heir. Suddenly, this 18-year-old inherited not just Caesar's immense fortune, but his name and the loyalty of his legions. Antony saw him as a mere boy, a pawn to be controlled. He underestimated him, a fatal mistake. What followed was a brutal 17-year-long power struggle. Alliances were made and broken in the blink of an eye. Old friends became sworn enemies. Octavian, Antony, and another of Caesar's generals, Lepidus, formed a shaky alliance known as the Second Triumvirate. Their first act, a bloody purge, executing thousands of their political enemies in Rome. They then turned their armies east, crushing the last of the Liberators, Brutus and Cassius. At the Battle of Philippi, with the assassins gone, the saviors of the Republic became its new masters. But there wasn't room for three rulers. Lepidus was quickly sidelined. The Roman world was split between two titans: Antony in the glamorous, wealthy East, with the Queen of Egypt, Cleopatra, at his side, and the cunning, patient Octavian in the West, consolidating his power in Rome. The final confrontation was inevitable. It came at the naval battle of Actium in 31 BC. Octavian's fleet, commanded by his brilliant general Agrippa, decimated the combined forces of Antony and Cleopatra. The lovers fled back to Egypt, but there was no escape. Pursued by Octavian's legions, Antony and Cleopatra took their own lives, choosing death over a conqueror's chains. Octavian returned to Rome, not as a general, but as the sole, undisputed master of the Roman world. The Republic, which had stood for 500 years, was dead. In its place, something new was born. Octavian would take a new name, Augustus, and become the first Roman emperor. The chaotic, bloody aftermath of Caesar's death didn't save the Republic. It paved the way for an empire that would last for 1,000 years. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories from history.